Hi, I'm Michael, the CEO of Foldda. In this video, I'm going to introduce to you a middleware development tool from us called SnapFusion. I'm going to show you through a demo how easy and simple you can build automated low maintenance integration pipelines using SnapFusion. But before we talking about that, I would like to talk about why we developed SnapFusion. That is, what are the problems to solve of today's mainstream and traditional middleware development tools. First of all, these tools are normally very expensive. We're talking about $10,000 if not more. And because they're expensive, they are normally complex. They have a lot of modules to learn, and they have spent a lot of time to train your people to use them. And because they are complex, once you committed to use one of these tools, you are vendor locked in. That means you can't change your solutions once they are built from one vendor to another vendor's tools. And once you're vendor locked in, uh, you are locked in to whatever given to you. It's very hard to ask for flexibility. You can't change the modules, the features to the like you need if it's not matching. So what Snap Fusion is for is to do everything that are opposite. We want it to be cheap. We don't want to lock you in. We want it to be simple to learn, and we give you a lot of flexibility. Now, let's talk about how do we achieve all that through a demo. We're going to show you how to setting up Snap Fusion from zero. We have zero knowledge at this point of time. How it's easy to set it up, and then how do we load and run the pipeline solutions that are pre-built. And then we talk about how to modify this pipeline or even build a new one from scratch. And we'll see how easy that can be done. To get the software, just go to Foldda.com, go to download session, and then from there you can go download SnapFusion. And you can go to this page. The latest version is here. Now it's downloading. Okay, it's just finished downloading uh, SnapFusion software. So just extract all. Just close that window. Extract all. Now we have a folder of the content. And then just remember SnapFusion is a portable software that you don't actually have to install it. It just run out of the box. That means you can actually run it from USB key if you like. So let's launch it. Okay, Windows give you such a warning. Uh, if you trust us, just go run anyone. And now we have the software up and running. Just download, double click and run. So now let's have explanation what we're looking at here now. This top part of it is called the solution window. Okay, so it lists all the solutions that has been loaded. At this point, you can automatically set up the software, which is done by the default installation. You automatically loads a solution in the example solution folder, which is here. So if you come with a download, you have an example solution folder here. So in this solution, you have a pipeline with two modules. One is called HL7 network in, one is called HL7 file out. A lot of my users asking me, how do I download network messages from an instrument and save to a file. So that's why I included this solution as a default download. So you have two modules, very simple. One taking the data from the network, HL7, and then one writes it out. So one after the other. So this solution is ready to run. We can just try it now. Okay, let's go start branch. So load the solution, launch the solution. Two steps. Now once the dots turn green, means it's running. Uh, the solution as I expand, it takes the messages coming in and save to a file. So in this case, the configuration of the first module highlighted, listen to the port 1235, and the output uh, module writes to C temp output directory. Okay, so let's take a look the C temp output directory at the moment. For this demo purpose, there's no data in there, and then our pipeline is ready to run, ready to receive messages. Okay, we have this HL7 sender program, 60 messages ready to be sent. I already set the port to send to 1235. So if I go all of them, send, the messages go through the pipeline. You can see the messages gets captured in the output folder here. So if you look at these files, we have 16 messages went through, being captured. So what we've seen here is that we just download the program. The default solution is ready to run. Just right click, run branch, start branch, and then your solution is ready to go. Now, let's take a closer look what's in the solution itself, right? So we have uh, download folder. We load the solution from the example solution directory. And here we see a subfolder called HL7 network in. This is actually the name of this top module, right? So if you look at into that module, you'll see another subfolder called HL7 file out, which is the second module here. So the way you assemble uh, SnapFusion solutions is actually putting one folder after the other. Okay, so we have a network solution folder followed by uh, HL7 file out folder. So if you then point the solution to this location, example solution, you load these two folders, it become two modules that can run. Okay, that's how it works. Uh, but it's not that simple, unfortunately. Uh, Even though it seems to be two modules connect together, it run, but inside the module, it has something uh, that's drive the logic, like accepting data from network or writing the data onto the hard disk of a computer. So all these modules I explain actually in the next video, but for now, I'm going to show you how to customize this solution you just built. Let's say you have the network in, you want the network out, but you want to do some filtering in between. You want to put a filter into this model. Okay, so the way to do it, I'm going to show you, is to get uh, so here in the same as download folder, you have a snappable, which is the snappable components. And you have a lot of pre-configured modules there. And here we are interested in uh, HL7 modules. We are actually interested in HL7 filtering modules in this modification we want to do. So we can do that way. So copy the module. We go back to our example solutions here. Now, just bear in mind, we're going to put a filter here, and we're going to move the file out inside the filter. So what you see here is that we have a, no, it didn't go in for some reason. Go in. Okay. Now, we have a network folder. Then we now have a filter uh, module after the network. And inside the filter module, we have a file out. Okay. So now we have just modified this solution sitting in this folder. What do? We just unload this solution we have. as default. And now we're going to, one way to load the solution is to go from here, load solution, and go to example solution. Now, have you seen what happened? It just, we have three modules now. One, two, three, right? So uh, we have just modified this solution, put a filter module in there. Now, let's see if it works. So we have the output, we'll delete the output file we just have. We're going to start the solution by start branch. Now, let's see our sender program. This is the viewer. Send the programs here. Send 60 messages through. Okay, we're sending 60 messages. In this case, it also writes the data out. Now it only has four, according to the counter here, only four messages went through because we have the filter in place, right? So if you look at these four messages, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so just in the quick demo, we have what we've seen here is we can load the solution by pointing where the solution resides, point to the folder. In this example, we use the example solution folder that comes with the download. And in the download, we have a pre-built solution. Originally have two modules, but we just add another module also from the download, from the snappable directory, the HL7 record handler from here, step into the parent folder and the child folder. We made a new solution with three modules. Okay, so that's how you install, you don't install SnapFusion, how you launch your solution, how you build a solution, how you run the solution. That's pretty much it. That's how simple, how easy it is. Now back to our situation. I've explained all this, setting up, loading and running, building it. Now, next one. As we compare to what we promised, SnapFusion versus traditional methods is simple and easy to operate. The vendor locking, we'll talk about this in the next video. All the modules you've seen here are open source modules based on the API. So you can actually modify those modules yourself without have to be locked in by even Foldda. You can write any modules to assemble solutions at your own wish based on an open source API. Therefore, it's very flexible. Uh, you can do your own development. You can buy your module from another vendor, do whatever you like, and the low cost. So you can check out our pricing for SnapFusion. It will be at least 10 times cheaper than whatever tools you can find on the market, if not more. Yeah, we have a lot more to talk about, but for time being, that's the very brief introduction of SnapFusion. So in the next video, we're going to talk about the technology aspect of SnapFusion and the components. We'll talk about what's inside SnapFusion snappable components and the components open source API that allows you to build your own components for any custom features. That's all for now. See you next video.